to me that an asana becomes a mudra with mastery. It becomes a seal, a sealed in kind of pranic whole, entirety. There's an integrity about you, what's happening within you and what's happening physically. There's a wholeness to it. Because mudra means a seal, a closing in, a kind of glue, a cohesion, and in that sense a drawing together. And then, but it's also a gesture. It means gesture, like this. Those are classic mudras, or this one. What do you see?
Hanuman.
So beautiful. All the gods, they're telling you that's abhaya mudra, not fearing. No fearing. And so, but the transitions are mudras. They're complete body gestures, and that so that it's continuous, this idea of mudra throughout the practice. And
then I guess my question about it then is because I feel like because there's so much variance in the breath, and when you have a certain ease with the posture, is it possible to seal a posture and then not have the breath? Now, I'm not saying that's a mudra, but I'm just wondering because that's a thing. That's another piece of the ABCs of mudra is that mudra is the bridge between the posture and the breathing. That's a bridge that you can understand how to breathe in the posture by the mudras, and you can also understand how the posture expresses breath from the mudra, and so, and they all three, in a certain sense, have to be there together to create the real seal,
the maha mudra, the great seal. They all have to be there. They're all getting at the same thing. They're all getting at the same thing. Okay, and mudra, just so you, in case you don't know, bandhas are mudras. That's the higher category. It's mudra, bandhas in the category of mudras. So when you're talking about mudras, you're talking about bandhas. You're talking about mula bandha, uddiyana bandha, jalandhara bandha. But then there's other mudras besides. And when you start to understand the ideas of it, the concept, then there's so many applications. And that's partly why I have the ABCs, because each letter has a different set of words. Like, for instance, in the letter E, there's so many E words that mudra belongs with. But and some of them are like equanimity and equipoise. So that there's mudras, meaning it's in the middle. It's the opposing forces have been successfully checked or embraced. Okay, so when the opposing forces are not successfully embraced, when internal conflict harasses you, there's no mudra. There's disruption, interference. So that mudra is partly that it's making the opposing forces so distinct, so clear, that they nullify each other. And this is a very key asana concept. And it's in terms of directional ideas, directions of action that oppose each other. Meaning, as simple as if you take Parshvakonasana, that side angle stretch, that the back leg goes for the earth through, and the top arm goes for the sky. And that is a directional opposition. And the more distinct those become, the more the posture has an equanimity to it, a middle place, a centered place. And then that's the more that your consciousness is sealed in. And then when you'll have so much less tendency to tear something or to tire yourself out unnecessarily. Okay? So, here's another word, E word. Empty. Mudra is, since the opposites are not assailing you, you empty out. And it's like that third Yoga Sutra on asana, that tato dvandva anavigata, saying that you're no longer constrained by the dvandvas, the opposites. Then asana is there. And so, you don't, this is the contradiction in it, is that you don't overcome the opposing forces by ignoring them. By I'm just supposed to be empty, no thought, a trance. No. You have to confront those. Where are those? There's so many, they're everywhere. They're positively maddening. No wonder you want to ignore them. And then you have to play one off of the other and create a resolution there, a dynamism. And that ability to do that is an emptying out. And that's a funny idea. It means that effort is less. It's no effort, in a way. But it didn't get there just by giving up and saying, oh, no effort. It got there by all of itself somehow, because of the clarity, because of the ability to distinguish those forces and work with them. It's a strange contradictory law, in a way, that the more distinct the opposite, then the more the center can be clear. So that you don't that's the weird part. Is that the effort of an asana, the super effort, leads to the non-effort. Non-effort doesn't lead to non-effort. and one other E word is earth. So that the foundation of your posture, like you saw the new video I put on the headstand foundation, those foundational ideas, and that's in the F word, the ABCs of Mudra. Foundation, earth, those attention to the earth, connection to the earth, being pinned to the earth, those are mudra gestures that you want to cultivate, and they're everywhere. And that the primary series is so conducive to.